Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 61 of Makai Wood Reviews. It is I, the Tony Makai, master of minds and of men. And after the pretty good Mortal Kombat, we go into its companion not only in game but in movie. Today we're looking at the 1994 movie Street Fighter. Does it compare to the Double Dragon Emblem fighting movie we just watched, or does it not quite live up to that, lofty goal, I want to say? The name actors in this one certainly are more notable, but will that make the difference? Let's go ahead and find out. But of course, please like, please subscribe. I'm always trying to improve. And if I've entertained you at all, please click that red button. Now you legally have to. If you're entertained, I know this entertains you, even my intro. Click it now. Let's go. Street Fighter, directed by Stephen E. D'Souza. He worked on a lot of movies, but hardly as a director. But as a director, he did one episode of Tales from the Crypt and something about Arnold working out. He was really well known as a writer and frankly should have stayed there. Who wrote this? He also did. Which I guess I stand corrected on him sticking to writing. Probably shouldn't have done that either. Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. I like the guy. He's entertaining from Bloodsport to Time Cop. I always have a good time with the muscles from Brussels. He's not a good actor, but who cares? He's not supposed to be. Though this is in the running for one of, if not the worst film he's done. Raul Julia, also in this, had a genuine long storied career where he was a fun, dynamic character actor, from Kiss of the Spider Woman and Sesame Street to The Addams Family and Overdrawn at the Memory Bank. He always gave a hell of a performance, but honestly his best work is probably his theater acting from Don Quixote, Othello, Lord Macbeth, Prospero, and Dracula, to name a few. I mean, come on, this was, unfortunately, his last movie. We miss you all. Thank you very much for everything you did. Release date on this was December 23rd, 1994. Came out the same week, Mixed Nuts. Steve Martin utterly fails to be funny, charming, or entertaining in this tone-deaf, star-studded Christmas romp. It's awful, genuinely a really bad movie and everyone involved, which is people like Madeline Kahn, Anthony LaPalangia, Adam Sandler, Parker Posey, Jon Stewart, Gary Shandling, Liv Schreiber. I mean, what a cast, and it's unwatchable. And Nell, a movie I reference all the time because I am very timely with my jokes about Jodie Foster who lived in a cabin alone with her mom and doesn't know how to deal with people. It's fine, it is what it is. It's more of a punchline now, and anything worth watching. The plot. This plot is, well, it's stupid, and we have a couple of stories that converge near the end here. M. Bison is evil. He is trying to subvert the allied nations, so I guess, like get his own country, which will for some reason help him take over the world. So he has kidnapped relief workers and holding them hostage for $20 billion. One of the hostages eventually turned into Blanca, thanks to Dr. Dalsim. Going to split the rest of this up into individual stories, brief as that they may be. We have Chun-Li's story, Guile's story, and Ryu and Ken's story. Chun-Li is a reporter that came from a village that was dominated by M. Bison. She's a reporter with her crew, E. Honda, and Balrog. She's also a kick-ass sort of spy and martial artist, obviously. She reports on the evils of Mr. M. Bison, and also is trying to assassinate people close to Bison. She is captured, doesn't do much for the remainder of the movie, till her and her crew help the good guys out in the end. Ryu and Ken are two guys trying to sell fake weapons to Sagat, but oh no, they are found out. Woe differences, and then they have to fight Vega in a cage fight, but that goes nowhere and they are arrested. Then when Sagat and Vega break out and eventually go to work for Bison. They eventually, to no surprise, turn on Bison near the end, beat up Vega and Sagat, help out the good guys, win in the end. Guile is an allied nation's colonel who doesn't much care for Bison and wants his friends returned who have been taken hostage. He gives a rousing speech, says some one-liners, arrests Sagat, Ryu, and Ken, who escape immediately. Eventually hunts down Bison, has a big one-on-one fight, which he wins handedly, and is a hero in the end. He also has a little sidekick in Cammy with him. Okay, let's go to the pros and the cons. Biggest pro by large and wild margin is one Raul Julia. This is his show, this is his movie, and it shows. He's just chewing on the scenery with this one, and it's beautiful. Everything about M. Bison in this, he owns it. He makes it work. Since he's far too small and frail to be an imposing powerhouse of Bison in the games, he becomes a giant mentally. His constant grandstanding, his strange gestures, his bugging eyes. Can't say how much life he brought into this otherwise mediocre film. The best scene, honestly, is when he has Chun-Li kidnapped and he changes out of his bison suit into a robe, and he changes like crazy quick, and he also has a series of the exact same hat, just different colors, and he changes his hat to reflect the more relaxed nature. She then gives the speech about how he took her village and killed her father, and he delivers these lines without laughing. For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life, but for me, it was Tuesday. And that, oh, I love it. His decor, his base all reflects this crazed man with an ego the size of a whale. He uses a literal, like Street Fighter arcade cabinet console to control his base from, too. Besides him, Balrog, E Honda, Zangief, and Chun Li were all pretty good. Mostly comic relief, which worked well for them. Because where E Honda and Balrog are being tortured, but the guy can't seem to hurt Honda and gets tired. Great. Ming Ni Wen, who is Chun Li, has been a dependable like B-lister forever. Seemingly still is. Zangief was a great comic relief, had a nice physical presence. He did the "You got the paid" line so much earlier than the kid from the meme. I'd like to see him replace that kid. Sagat was another one I liked. Wes Studi is someone I've enjoyed in all the crap he was in, including Mystery Man. So that tied into my talking about Flaming Carrot comics last month and the other section of my channel. Vega looked good, was cocky enough. You see the problem, though, that these are like secondary characters, and they're more interesting, but we'll get to that. Now for the cons, the fights are really poor. Really crappily choreographed, and they don't work well. Besides Ryu and Vega near the end, there isn't one notable fight. The Guile and Bison fight, I don't count, as Raul was too frail and dying to be convincing in any kind of physical capacity. But the remainder of these fights were really sloppy and came off as totally fake. They did the opposite of what Mortal Kombat did, bloat. Mortal Kombat, there were 3 main good guys with support characters and like 5 bad guys. In this, there are 8 good guys and just as many bad. It's too many. You've bloated the movie to the size that the story has become unwieldy. It comes off as fragmented and stupid. Finally, the star Jean-Claude Van Damme has little to do in the entire movie. Spending on that, characters like Blanca Dulcine are not only wasted but awful. Blanca looks like this green Rocky dentist, and it's just the worst. They don't need to try to do this much. Like I said, I always used Dulcine when I played, so I was sad when I saw he was used, though they hinted at a sequel, and they literally have a post-credit scene despite Raul dying before the movie came out, so God knows how that would have went. Kylie Minogue, who plays Cammy, I love Kylie. She is adjacent to things I enjoy, like Doctor Who and Nick Cave. She's tiny, and while I would have loved to see her in the thong leotard that Cammy wore, she does not have any screen presence here, and looks like a child next to Jean-Claude. Seeing where she fires a rocket launcher looks like it will knock her on her ass. This is not the movie's fault, but they made a video game for this. Okay, so movie is based on Street Fighter, the game. So they put out a movie called Street Fighter, the movie. So it's Street Fighter, the game, the movie, the game version of it. And it has more in common with Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter. From the look to the feel of the gameplay, just incredibly stupid. The movie should be selling the games, not adding another confusing aspect to it. For the soundtrack, unfortunately, despite having people like Ice Cube, Adonis, MC Hammer, Little Cool, Jad, it totally and largely is forgotten. You hear the music, but it's so stock in the film, the soundtrack is otherwise wasted. Overall, this was bad, but not that bad. It was largely forgettable, but ultimately harmless. I didn't hate it. I didn't even really dislike it. It was stupid, but not as fun as it could have been. Certainly not for the fans of Street Fighter. I'm not really sure who it's for. But even for a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, it's pretty stupid. It's good to watch ironically with your friends, but you know what? Let's do the ranking of the films I watched this month. Number 4, Super Mario Brothers. Number 3, Street Fighter. Number 2, Double Dragon. Number 1, who won the month? Mortal Kombat. So there you have it. And frankly, I'd still put Street Fighter far, far ahead of Super Mario Brothers, so that's a plus. Well, that was Street Fighter, and the end of my video games month. What did you think of my review? Do you have a favorite version of Street Fighter 2, as that's the only game? Who is your favorite character? Do you miss Raul Julia? Because I certainly do. Let me know down below. So please like, comment, subscribe. On Patreon, let me know what you want me to review. So please check out my Instagram for daily Twin Peaks memes, and my podcast, The Dark Peaks Podcast, on YouTube and other various podcast platforms. Next month, I kind of like the theme months. You know what you're getting. But I switched from friendly to dark real quick, as in February I'll be looking at 4 films from director Takashi Miike, starting with Ishi the Killer. This has been Daytona Makai, Master of Minds and of Men. Thank you very much, and goodbye.